What's happening? Thank you for joining us this evening and welcome to Sports Talk. I'm your host, Phil Townsend, along with Mr. Two Dogs himself out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, Jeremiah Watts, and the funny man, Mr. Mark Howard. No joke. There's Bradford, Mr. COO himself of TAAN TV. Let's give it up to the resident genius.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Where at?
Thank you very much. You looking at it. Look down.
Get this started right now. This is going to be some sports with a tinge of social aspect. Alabama played the University of Texas, and during that game, family members had beer cans, spit, things thrown at them. Players after the game were yelled at by the student section to go back to their projects, called racial slurs as well as homophobic slurs. Vance, should the University of Alabama do something about this to the students? You know they have video, or is this just Alabama as expected?
What do you think, Phil? This is Alabama as expected, baby. That's just who they no. They trying to see. They already were trying to replace us. They were trying to replace that folding chair with some beer cans. That ain't happening. That's their thing. The folding chairs is ours, man. Alabama, man. Dog. Alabama's losing grip. Saban, they losing, man. And then there's a new sheriff in town.
Who's the new sheriff?
His name is Deion Sanders. He's a new sheriff in college football.
Oh, that's okay. Right. Thanks for expanding on that for us. Mark,
yes, that's right.
Mark, I'm going to ask that question again. Should the University of Alabama administration do something about that student section for what they were spewing the hatred that they were spilling out to the Texas students?
Well, they are going to do something. They're going to try to get a better team because they're not going to admonish those players because they felt the same way. What do you think they learned it from them? So, but again, there's a buddy of mine sent me that video about that, and he said, and he's from Alabama. He said that's why I won't ever pull for Alabama. I was like, I feel you, but sadly enough, that's everywhere. Yeah. What do you think they saying in Texas? What do you think they saying in Oklahoma? What do you think they're saying in Missouri?
Fair enough. Jeremiah, going to continue with this theme of racism, but this time we're taking it to the NFL. Jim Trotter, whom we all know from the NFL Network, a brilliant reporter, commentator there. Jim Trotter has filed a discrimination lawsuit, and in it, he details Terry Pagula, the Buffalo Bills owner, making a racist statement. Supposedly, they had a whole Zoom meeting, and one of the media reporters said that Pagula told him during that time, if the black players don't like it here, they should go back to Africa and see how bad it is when discussing player support for social activism and Black Lives Matters movement stuff. Now, I know you're probably saying, well, why would I pick you for that question? Because in that same discrimination lawsuit, Jim Trotter also reported that Jerry Jones said to him personally, if blacks feel some kind of way, they should buy their own team and hire who they want to hire. Say it ain't so.
It don't shock me one little bit, because they're not the only ones that believe that. All the probably majority of the owners probably believe the same thing. They just said it out front. If we really can, if you was a fly on a wall, if you can get all them probably emails that then went through and went by, you probably hear it constantly. So it's not shocking, but what you gonna do? Take all they teams?
Right. You're right about that, Vance. I know since Jerry Jones's name is mentioned in that, you definitely want to comment on it. But before that, hey, Sideria, how you doing? I'm sure Bella Black is somewhere around. Thanks for joining us. Go ahead, Vance. What do you have to say about Jerry Jones's comments?
Jerry Jones's comments?
You need a second?
Man, no. This is what I've said. The whole question, man, the whole thing that we're sitting here talking about the same old thing, the same. We know what the owner's doing, man. We know how they think. We know how I feel. Why don't we sit here and come up with some solutions, man, and some what you call it when you counter? How about some counter action from the ones that is affecting? So I mean, we know what's happening. I mean, it's just like Black History. We know they say the same Black History every year. We get that same knowledge. So, and we get the same knowledge on this race.
Okay, Vance. So let me ask you this then: you always
NFL.
come up with some somebody ought to counter something. Counter this for me.
Okay.
Counter it.
Counter it.
Yeah.
What should they do?
Yeah.
Hey man, look. You asking a single person? That's another problem. We're trying to do things in a
single person comes up with
individual.
ideas.
We're trying to do
No,
things individually.
I'm not asking.
Yeah.
Vance, you said that something should be done to counter it. And I want to ask what something
I don't have a
should be done
solution.
to
I
counter it.
I can say
Give an example
different things,
of
man.
some
But
counters.
it don't mean nothing to me saying an individual type situation. All I'm saying is we should collectively get together.
Anytime one person makes a statement to say something, it's an individual.
Well, I'm not them. I'm not that dude. I'm not them. I'm not them. Dr. Yumas and Banners and all them dudes.
Last night, but I tell you what. Before we get to that, let's go to a station break. Then let's take a station break, and then with our first rant from Two Dog Sports Talk himself, Mr. Jeremiah Watts.
Tune in to TAAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel with a global reach, y'all. I hope everybody had a great weekend and sit back and relax because we are headed to our first favorite segment of the night. It's a segment that's hosted by Mr. Jeremiah Watts from the Two Dog Sports Show out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Jeremiah, just a doggone minute. Let us know what's happening, brother.
Once again, Vance got me scratching my head like, what in the world was he talking about? Okay. All right. Josh Allen. People keep saying the Buffalo Bills is the Buffalo Bills. They're a contender. They're a contender. Josh Allen's still the same old Josh Allen. He's still making the same mistakes, been in the league for 6 years. Still trying to be a superhero. Still making stupid turnovers. It's like more like that Josh Allen digressed than moved forward. He seemed like he was about to cry last night at the podium when he was talking. But this is all on him. And then the kicker for the Buffalo Bills, boy, if you tried any harder to tackle Gibson, boy, you probably did something. Because basically the only thing you did was say, Olay. They should be kicking you in your tail because you could have stopped it from scoring the touchdown. But you didn't. And so the Buffalo Bills are like the same old Buffalo Bills. They like their offense to go anywhere. Their schedule at the end is a juggernaut, and they might only win 3 or 4 games of these first 6 games that they have. So it is what it is. But just make sure y'all support sickle cell awareness. This is National Sickle Cell Awareness Month, so make sure y'all support sickle cell awareness. Peace.
Thanks, Jeremiah. You bring up a very interesting point. Mark, let me ask you this question. Do you think that they keep consistently putting Josh Allen as a top 3 quarterback when, as Jeremiah said, he's literally almost shown regression? Do you think that he would be considered that highly if he were, let's just say, not of the Caucasian persuasion?
What team does Josh Allen play for?
Buffalo Bill.
And the owner you were talking about that first made a statement.
Batula.
Batula. What team does he own?
Buffalo Bill.
Okay, so I mean,
and they play in America.
Let me say this, but they just in America. They're a riverboat ride from Canada. If this was Dak Prescott, they would be eating his lunch. He threw 3 interceptions. He solely by himself blew this game. Aaron Rodgers had nothing to do with this. You can talk about how great the Jets defense, and they are good. That's a very good defense. But when you throw it to them, and if you throw it straight to the defender, you throw it into double coverage. I mean, even Vance could. Well, all right. Even Phil could catch the ball.
Oh yeah, that's what I do, baby. That's what I do.
Maybe Vance would at least knock it down, but the fact is that he been like this, and nobody wants to say anything about this, man. And somebody need to call it out because what was it?
That's so true.
Look, people talk about Skip Bayless. People talk about Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless said, "I've been telling you, Josh Allen wasn't that guy."
That's so true. But Vance, since Mark brought up the Jets defense, what do you think the Jets' fate is with Aaron Rodgers being down? Remember, someone said last night.
You got to turn some of that background on.
That the Jets would still win the game. They said that when the Jets were behind by 10 points. Now, I don't know who it was, but why does this finger keep pointing at me? Oh, I guess it was. What are your thoughts on the Jets situation now, man?
On the Jets situation?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, first of all, man, yeah, it was a big blow to see Aaron go down like that after 4 snaps, but the fact that defense over there ain't no joke. You hear that? You hear that too, Larry and Curly above me? That Jets defense ain't no joke.
Hey! Did they hold the other team to 0 points, to score points themselves?
Stop, Phil. Stop, Phil. Stop. I mean, Mark. See, that kind of.
No, I just asked you a question.
That kind of craziness. Huh?
Did they do that?
I tell you what, since Mark is so anxious to talk, Vance, take us to another.
Well, you see, you didn't, but just know that them Jets, that
defense. They play us this week. They play Dallas this week. We just see just how not of a joke this Jets defense is.
And they're gonna be my fantasy defense just for that reason.
Since you all up on the Jets defensive tip,
they gonna be my fantasy defense just for that reason.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
What happened to the host?
Our host trying to get us to stop. We got to keep going. So
go ahead.
Let's settle it down. There we go. Let's settle it down.
So as it was, Vance was going to station break so he could bring you in for Mark's rant.
There we go. Go for it.
Try to stupid conversations.
Come on, man.
Hold on, man.
You need your glasses?
I got them on here. I didn't know we was going to that quick. Here we are. You just tuned in to TAAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel and a global reach. September 25th, y'all, is TAAN TV's inaugural golf classic featuring Reginald Ballard, bruh, man, from the 5th floor. Man, it's going to be a great time out there. We got a hole-in-one for $1 million annuity. We got 2 putting prizes, one for $5,000, one for $10,000. We're going to have an Audi out there on hole 7, I believe. That's another hole-in-one prize, y'all. So come on out, September 25th, Fort Sam Houston Golf Course, and join us, man, for this great event. And now we're going to have Mark's rant.
Okay, so bad thing happened last night. In the football game. 4 plays in. You got Aaron Rodgers goes out with what we now know as an Achilles rupture. Man, he finally got himself out of Green Bay. Green Bay got rid of him. 1-2, I think it was mutual in that sense. And then they get to the Jets. The Jets have a team that's figuring their quarterback away. And he was looking good in preseason from all accounts from when they were on Hard Knocks. He was very, very affable. He was very cool. He showed a side of himself that many haven't seen. Won a lot of people over. People were looking forward to see what he could do with the Jets with that defense. And they got some good running backs. I got the running back, which I cannot say his name. I got the running back on my fantasy football team. And I even had Aaron Rodgers on 2 of my 4 fantasy football teams. And he ruptures his Achilles. I'm telling you, the Jets are cursed. The Jets are cursed. This man ain't been hurt like that all his career. He's 39 years old. And as soon as he gets to the Jets, he ruptures his Achilles. Come on, man. So everybody going that Jets, Jets. Man, S-H-U-T, shut up. So I don't even want to hear it anymore. I feel bad. I'm not caring about Aaron Rodgers, but I feel bad in that sense there. Hoping that things can be a little better. So behind me is my daughter. She doesn't recognize I'm actually telecasting here a little bit, but I guess she's talking to her mom. That's my life and everything like that. So anyway, wish him luck. Hopefully he'll get things straight, but Jets are cursed. All right, I wouldn't go there for $1 billion. I can get it somewhere else. That's all I got, man. Good luck to everybody. We're gonna get in that ass tomorrow, this week anyway. The Cowboys are, but hey, come on back then, fellas. Didn't matter if it was Rodgers or anybody else. Our defense is gonna pop some people.
Phil, we can't hear you.
Speaking of the Jets, Jeremiah, Colin Kaepernick's agent contacted the Jets today, wanting to know if they'd be interested in having him come to the team.
Since you're on the phone, you're talking. Say hi to everybody on my podcast. Say hi. This is my daughter Mia. Her mom tried to say hi, but whatever.
So Jeremiah,
anyway, get out from behind
me. To repeat that question.
Go ahead.
I wouldn't bring Colin Kaepernick in if he paid me. Everybody want to say Colin Kaepernick ain't got nothing to do with no black or white thing. This dude been out the league 3-4 years now.
7.
And the distraction that it would be, they already got another distraction with Aaron Rodgers being hurt. Then they got Zach Wilson, and you have to bring Colin Kaepernick in for another distraction. I wouldn't bring him in if you paid me. People need to stop that every time someone get hurt. You want to holler Colin Kaepernick. I bring Cam Newton on the team before I bring Colin Kaepernick.
That's who I heard. I didn't hear no Colin Kaepernick, and I wouldn't bring Cam Newton neither.
And I'll try to trade for Jameis Winston or something before I bring Colin Kaepernick on the squad. And I don't care what nobody say. Black people can hate me because I said it, but oh well. Truth is truth. It's about trying to win games, and Colin Kaepernick is not going to win you no games.
Okay, well, Jeremiah has decided he wants to be Larry Elder I'm
Uh-oh. That's fighting words right there, Jeremiah.
Got that right.
That's fighting words.
no, I can't hate on you. That's 7 years out. But look, tell you what, let's shift this to the college game and Deion Sanders.
Hmm.
Deion Sanders says we're receiving so many calls at this point right now that it's absurd. Vance, should his phone be ringing that much?
What they calling him for? President telling him he's doing a good job. What they calling him for? You just said they give him a call, huh?
Yeah, just say should his phone be ringing?
Yeah, they
He's
should be
getting
calling
attention.
Dion. Yeah, he has made great strides and brought a lot of attention to a lot of areas in college football. His team is playing great. He may be doing things that people don't like, but it's working. And I commend Dion. And there's one thing I want people to, if they take out a Deion Sanders story, Dion said that when he was in high school, that his parents, nobody came to watch him play. And his parents and his mom and dad. His mom was working. He said his dad was doing whatever he was doing. But the fact is, he said Dion had to look inside himself and find a way to where he wouldn't have to worry about you know being a victim of circumstances and stuff like that. So I commend Dion. It's a great story. He's a hell of a dude, and he's doing it his way. And I commend the brother. So
Okay, well, look, that was awesome. Would someone please go back and get Vance? We don't know who took over his brain at that point.
yeah, right.
But anyway,
I
that
make
was
sense all the
outstanding.
time.
Could we look? I want to say hello to Why Not Me. Everybody, give her a wave. Mark, what's your thoughts on the recruitment for Dion coming up? He's going to really get kind of exponential in the numbers.
I mean, I think he's definitely attracting kids to want to come play for him. He's going to definitely attract. I think the thing you got to realize, Dion had come into college, come into college football, having had a great track record through high school football. So he has forged a lot of relationships with families and things like that, and also his name, who he is, as far as prime time. But now he's used social media, and so a lot of kids are going to change. A lot of kids gimmicky, just gimmicky, are going to think that it's gimmicks with him, and they're going to want to flock to him. So from that, they're going to find out eventually that Dion knows football, and even though as much as he bringing a lot of attention to himself, he's going to sift through a lot of the BS, like we do when Vance talks, and we're going to go right to the center of where it should be, where he's going to get the talented players who actually understand what's required.
Okay, well, you know what? Since you brought up Vance's name, let's take a final station break. And when we come back, we are going to deal with our resident genius, Mr. Vance Bradford,
talking about nothing.
outside the box.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna leave my fellas in here. You tuned in to TAAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel and a global reach, y'all. It's TAAN TV. We doing it live, sports talk. All right, real quick, y'all. I wanted to, talk about Dion. I wanted to give him his props and then the story I just said. So that was pretty much what I wanted to say. And I just want to say that people. And like I was talking about earlier, we just need to come together, man. I'm gonna keep saying it and keep saying it until something happens. Somebody in these different sections of power, people in power. That's where it got to come to change. So let's do it, man. Let's do it. And Dion, keep doing your lessons, man. You're a teacher, brother. You're a teacher. You're a motivator. And I like what you're doing, brother. And if the NFL is your aspiration, we'll see you there too, man. I know you do a good thing. So that's all I had to say, man. And I'll bring in my fellas because I know I want to leave some time for our host, Mr. Philip Townsend, and Phil knows it all. He's going to share some love with us.
Yeah, and the love I'm getting ready to share is Mark. Let's talk about the Cowboys' dominance of 40-0 over the New York Giants. Is this the season for Dallas to be Super Bowl or bust?
I think it's going to have to push themselves to this point to get there, or there's going to have to be some major changes. And I'm not talking about changes with a lot of players, but it's going to be maybe some changes as players. I don't, as much as and a good friend of mine who's a big Cowboys fan as well, I don't know that they're ready to really dump Dak like that because it's tough to let a quarterback go. But they're going to have to come real introspective as to why they're not winning if they don't pull it out, or at least look like, hey, they got a threat towards it. Like, they're competing, not just lose stupidly because all of a sudden you can't, you got San Francisco beat, but you can't pull. You're throwing the interceptions and doing nothing. No, play call and everything. They've made the moves. They have provided what they need to provide for this team to succeed. And there are no excuses for them. I'm not saying that they're going to win. I believe we got our best chance and since the '95. I think this is the best chance we've had. But there's no excuses. There's no excuses.
Jeremiah, what I thought might be a little suspect in the running game because of the power that Ezekiel Elliott provided not being there, but I was a little bit encouraged, and I think like Mark, that this may be Dallas's best chance since '96. What's your thoughts on the Cowboys?
I agree with Mark. Is that the offense has to step up. The defense is gonna, if the defense do their part, which is like the defense is. We'll find out exactly what our defense is like because we're going to be tested within the next 6 games. And if we do our part, Dak has to step up, especially if the defense is steady giving him the ball back. The running game is nice. I think this is a trial for Pollard. Pollard has to step up because the dude that's behind him is looking real good. And so we got a nice 1-2 punch.
I like that. I like Rico down.
We got a nice 1-2 punch. But if I really had to break it down, if I had to choose a team to make it to the Super Bowl right now and being honest with it, I would say the San Francisco 49ers. They're the one of the top most complete team from top to bottom on both sides of the ball that I've seen in week 1. But we'll see because we do play the San Francisco 49ers later on down in the season. And so, but we have a good chance. But it's all up to Dak and what that offense does.
Okay, I'm going to push it to the resident hater.
I mean, is he okay? He's stirring around his face. You got acid indigestion or something?
No, man. Go ahead. Say it again.
What's your thoughts on Dallas and Super Bowl or bust?
Give a real football opinion, not an asshole opinion. Go ahead.
Well,
I messed him up now.
My fellow Cowboy fan lover, team lover. Dallas is a regular season type of team, man. You guys gonna have you guys in
here we go.
God, did I say something wrong? Yeah, and every year you guys have pretty good regular season.
You usually do.
But you said Phil's question was the Super Bowl. Come on, man. You gotta get out the second round.
He said it. He didn't say are we gonna make. He said, is it Super Bowl or bust? That's a yes or no.
No, it's get to the playoffs, which y'all like it normally is. That's just get to the playoffs, and Jerry may get a little unfair that way, but no.
All right.
It's not no Super Bowl. No, no.
All right, then. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. And Jeremiah, take us out on what you have some thoughts on.
No.
Like I said, I always said, I've been saying it for a while. It's Sickle Cell Awareness Month, National Sickle Cell Awareness Month. It's one of the least funded diseases out there, even though it's the number 1 genetic blood disorder in the world, not just in America, but in the world. And so we just ask for you all to support. If you want to support a cause, Go to www.sicklecelloklahoma.org. You can donate there. And then also, we got our Sickle Cell 5K coming up, and I want you to join Team Jeremiah Jr. Go to www.SCOK5K. That's www.SCOK5K. You do not need a code. Just fill out the information, choose Team Jeremiah, pay your $20, and you on Team Jeremiah. You do not have to be present to register and help.
All right, Mark, how about you?
You know, I'm just saying, I'm watching, I'm looking, I'm on YouTube. I watch these videos, and one of my heroes, my black hero, Fannie Willis. You know, she's taking a lot of heat, and I'm gonna be out there watching. I'm ready for battle, for real. I'm being dead serious. I'm ready for battle because I'm tired of this. I'm one that's about the revolution. I live a long life. I got young kids and grandkids, man. Y'all want to go there with us, man? I ain't got no problem with us going back with it. So I'm keeping an eye on all that's going on.
Okay. Vance, how about yourself?
I just want to say, Mark, I think that was commendable, brother. And like I say, man, that's why we need all to come together. Don't let Mark go out there by himself now. He fired up, ready to go. So that's all I'm saying. And if we go out there together, they can't stop us, man. It'll take all, even down to the little babies out there. We can do it, y'all. When we come together, we get it done. So I'm out of here, Phil. I ain't got nothing else to say, my brother.
Okay. Well, look, when that we equals coalition, multifaceted coalition, then you can get my attention. But we as one entity, no change is coming. Not when you're 15, less than 15.
You got to get that one to get everyone else to come with you.
Anyway, want to thank everybody for coming. Shout out to Sideria, Bella.
Hey, Sideria, baby.
Why not me?
Why not me?
Good night.
We're going to wrap it up. Thanks for coming. Peace.
Tell me what's the vibe.
I can tell your love is so unusual.